Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. How's everybody doing? Let's do a share screen. Share, and then we'll launch our thing. Let me see who's in here. Hey guys, what's everybody doing? All right, we're gonna have a very, very chill session today. It's election day, so there's gonna be just lots of back and forth. If we can find a clean, clear trade, we'll take it. But otherwise, no. So, like, right now on my futures account, we have like a sell signal here, so that maybe we'll just take that for fun, which now I have to adjust in my other account. Okay, just a sec. Let me just adjust that on the thing. Again, this is just for fun, as we say, because I have a sell signal off this slice right before the open. So obviously super dangerous. I'm going to kill the stops and targets on my this so I can get my execution. So we'll see. We'll see if that plays out, or if they're going to reverse the move. It's been sort of like big down moves, short covering moves. By the way, some really nice clean short covering moves over here. I didn't take this last move. This is not the greatest idea. It's okay. Like it's, I would call this idea 2. The best idea, of course, was taking the reversal over here, which was like nice clean 10 points over here. This was actually also a pretty good idea, the up move. But I did take a couple of just classic trades here earlier in the session. Let me show you. So I sold this one, and then we bought the reversal on this one, and that was nice and clean, and there was just more trades to take. So even on a quiet day today, if you kind of just trading yourself, there's certainly opportunities for possible setups. Let me just bring up the make sure I got the right one. Do I have this? Is this correct? Yeah. Okay, this is the right one. Okay, so this is the CFD. Take a look at this. I'll minimize this. I'll minimize this. I'll minimize this. All right, we're not gonna, we're gonna look at CFDs only. Minimize this. Post open to see if there's if there's 1 or 2 good setups on the post open, we'll take them. If not, we'll just let it play out. So what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? So Karen is saying, no, we're not gonna do Zoom tomorrow, because I'm gonna be, like I said, as I said, the Zoom today is Zoom this week is 3rd and 5th, because tomorrow I'm gonna be up till like 6 in the morning today, because I have to do CNBC from 4 o'clock in the morning. Who knows what's gonna go? I mean, if you guys want to hear my own, handicap. All right, so, and I'm probably gonna doom myself, so I almost don't want to say it. So I think there's a decent chance that Biden could win tonight, but then I'm just so, I mean, everything I read, if you talk about the election for a little bit, but let's just talk about like kind of the intelligent analysis of the election that I'm reading. So Trump has always been under 50%. Trump has a hardcore following of core supporters, right? He's never been able to expand his base. When you look at the polling from the middle of the year until now, he's lost 8 percentage points of women supporters and 7 percentage points of old people who obviously don't like the way he's handling COVID, right? So just those 2 facts alone suggest that Biden's national lead should expand to 5-6 million votes. Then it just comes down to turnout, and certainly all the pre-turnout, everything of the 100 million votes cast right now, it's literally 65% Biden, 35% Trump, right? So Trump has to overcome like a huge deficit in votes, as as a stance, which he may, because he's been driving a lot of his supporters to the polls. His supporters are certainly very motivated. The one thing that he has done, which always scares me, is he's really motivated his base to go out and vote. Still, the question is, how many Trumpsters are out there? That's really the big question. And you know, can they be overwhelmed by the people? Now, the other big question is, and this is what just amazes me, is the late breaking voter could just kind of say, oh, you know what, the economy was okay under Trump. Yeah, you know, I don't want to rock the boat. I know he's an asshole, but you know, but the country will be okay. I don't want it to go blue, and could break for Trump. Whether that's going to be enough is an open question, which is why I'm so leery of being confident. There are a lot of people that are very confident. I'm not confident. Then there's this crazy possibility, which the reason why nobody's talking about it is because it's so crazy, but I think it's really important to always play out scenarios that nobody expects. The craziest possibility of all is Trump wins POTUS, but Senate goes blue, right? Which is very unusual, but not improbable. You know, Georgia could realistically go blue. I mean, what's fascinating right now is this tectonic shift that I wrote about in my piece today, of how, like, the upper Midwest, with certainly Pennsylvania, has become much more Republican, whereas the Southeast, which is booming, basically, if you think about the two parties, there's one absolutely unifying theme between who votes Republican, who votes Democrat. Educated people who are doing well in this economy vote Democrat. Uneducated people who are doing poorly in this economy, especially if they're white, but even if they're Latino, that's interesting. Like, Latino men are really starting to vote for Trump. So Trump really taps into the politics of resentment, whereas Democrats tap into the politics of progress. Now, what's ironic is that the Southeast, which was just this very reactionary kind of, you know, racist place long time ago, has been completely changed around by an influx of lots of Northerners, and in case of Texas, lots of Californians who've come into the state because of growth, and have completely changed the nature of the state into much more purple coalitions. And as those states become wealthier and much less, you know, much more dependent on sort of the modern services, symbol manipulation economy, they turn Democratic. So, like, the most interesting thing that could happen, which I doubt it will, but it would be really politically more important than anything else, is if Georgia, Texas go blue, that completely changes of how the country looks. Basically, the country looks like it's just politics of resentment up north and politics of progress down south, which is so different from how it's been for such a long time, you know. So that's interesting, and you know, we'll see how that plays out today. We're live trading. Everybody who's who's going to be with us, obviously, come down and hang out with us for live trading if you can. As far as setups go, I wanted to just, you know, we talked a lot about this week about doing two things, which is creating a junk account, but, like, you know, what I would call the vice and the virtue accounts, right? So in the virtue account, you only take the setup trades. In the vice account, you let yourself go, and, you know, a little bit off the reservation. You stay within strategy, but you don't necessarily take the full setup trades, right? And then I said to you yesterday, oh, you know, if you have your vice account, you actually have kind of like a mental vacation. You don't put as much mental pressure on yourself. And I just wanted to show you, let me see if I can pull this up. Just wanted to show you kind of evidence of Yeah, okay, this is good. So it's like evidence of how when you have a Vice account, you can be a lot more relaxed, and that in turn actually allows you to come back from loss. So this is my Vice account. I start out with literally like $160, $70 in the hole. First 4 trades, really stupid trades, totally off setup, just random, bullshit trades. But it's my Vice account. I don't care. I keep trading, right? I get clipped a couple of times, like for legitimate stops. A couple of times, just this is a legitimate stop. Anytime you see about a 40 stop, those are legitimate stops. But I keep essentially trading my setup with what I would call limited success, in a sense that it takes me 2 or 3 trades of the same trade to hold to full profit, because I'm still not as patient as I should be. But I continue trading. And what you see is that after you put yourself like, $200 in the hole, I literally come back not just $200 even, but another 60 up, right? And that's just a testament to having a relaxed mental attitude, because the setup works. And by the way, this also takes away, like, it's basically I come back 90, because this took a lot. This was beginning of the month CME commission fees. So there's like a $30 exchange fee that you pay on the first of the month, which I swallow. So I absorb all of that through my profits and still come out net even. It's just a good example of, if you have a Vice account, you can you can survive it. I mean, you're not going to be as fearful of it, and that's going to provide you, hopefully, with better mental attitude towards the structure. Yes, Boris. Boris has got a comment. Yeah, so that's the whole point. The whole point is you shouldn't be relaxed with your normal account. So like this was my critical point, is you need to divide your accounts into, like, I'm only going to take disciplined setups in my virtue account, and I'm gonna kind of relax and maybe go off the reservation, both as far as size goes and maybe structure goes, in my Vice account. And I'm not going to care about every single P&L point on my Vice account. I'm just going to let it float. And when you do that, the point is you need to release the massive amount of mental pressure that that bears down on you anytime you trade, right? Because there's like all sorts of mental pressure that we feel. There is just the actual pressure of being in the trade, right? So every time you're in a trade, it's an unknown situation. Even if it's a setup, you don't know if the setup is going to work. And you're constantly watching it. And then, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it tortures you, sometimes it does all these other things. So you have this pressure. Then you have the additional pressure of, like, it not working. So you get disappointed. Then you have, like, the third pressure of it partially working and then completely not working and reversing you, right? And then, so that's just with one setup. And then you add that 4, 5, 6 times a day. Now, the more you do this, the more relaxed you become. But my point is, you only become relaxed if you have, like, this other pressure valve where you say, I don't give a fuck. You need what's called NFG, no fucks given account, that basically allows you to indulge in your worst behaviors without any personal criticism, because the pressure comes from personal criticism. And then once you get mad at yourself, you actually really, really sabotage your own performance, right? Because you sabotage your performance from 2 factors: fear, so you exit early, or you take stupid trades to make money back, or anger, which is where you take massive, you get stubborn and you either hold on to the trade too long, or you just run up size, trade like 10 times size, just to prove yourself to be right. So fear or anger are like just natural emotions, and you need a safe place to minimize, to kind of let those things flow away. And I find that, when I have a Vice account, both fear and anger, not that I am, God knows, I am never going to be rid of both fear and anger, but they really, really become less of an issue. I am not, I don't, go as nuts. I mean, hey, is Jonathan in the room today? Let me see if Jonathan's in the room today. Maybe Jonathan's not in the room. So Jonathan was in the room yesterday. I don't mean to get on him because he didn't know. But like, Jonathan had an issue. And Jonathan actually had a legitimate issue yesterday, which we fixed, which is that the candle timer indicator in MT5 was the MQL file instead of exe file, and that was for most people didn't know how to install it, and it was like he was having a hard time installing it. But he kept bothering me as I was in the middle of all these trades, and because of that, he was taking my focus off my trades. I was missing the trade, and then I was missing the exits, and I was getting so pissed, and I was getting so angry. And it was interesting because this was all on my Vice account, and yeah, I got clipped a couple of times while he was bothering me, but because it was Vice, I kind of let, after this whole thing happened, I let it wash out over me, and then traded, right back. Like you saw a couple of those -40s. Right after that, I went right back, and I went back taking the proper trades. And I, not only did I bring the account back, but I brought it to a P&L on the day. So it was just fascinating. You're always going to get something that will interrupt your flow. Speaking of that, by the way, one last little tip as we're waiting for the market open here to excuse me, take place. So one last tip. I don't know if you guys know who Stevie Cohen is. Steve Cohen, of course, is like one of the greatest hedge fund managers ever. He got busted. Well, he didn't get busted. He got banned from trading because of accusations of insider trading. And it's probably true. But be that as it may, he's still considered to be just purely instinctually one of the greatest all-time traders ever. And his hedge fund has made billions upon billions of dollars. But Stevie Cohen had this rule that the whole trading room had to be at 65 degrees or cooler. In fact, every trader was wearing like a little light, zip-up sweater in his trading room. And I thought that was kind of crazy until yesterday. I'm in the new house, right? And my office is kind of like off the main room, so therefore the heating didn't really get to my offices very well. It sort of doesn't flow that much, and it was just blasting cold yesterday. We had like hurricane, winds at minus whatever. I don't even know how much. Like the wind really made it very, very cold, and my office was super cold, and I was like trading so much better. I was so super sharp in both looking at the market, reading the market, analyzing the market, timing the market. And, crazy as that sounds, I actually think that's a really, really good thing to do. If you're sitting in front of the screen for 3 or 4 hours, and you're going to day trade, make that environment as cold as cold as you can stand it. Wear a sweater. It's amazing how your vision, your mental faculties will be sharper. It's kind of one of those stupid things, but it really does work. Well, yeah, that's I'll leave that to you, Boris. It's a personal choice. But anyways, it just a couple of interesting thoughts. Now, as far as scalping, right? There's one other thing I kind of wanted to share with you. I don't know if there are Americans here who probably will never know this name. Most of the Europeans should probably know this name. Does anybody know who Robert Lewandowski is? Or better yet, who does not know who Robert Lewandowski is? Come on, all of you soccer fans out there, tell me. Or like, is there a lot of people? Just say yes or no. Type yes or no. I'm just curious if you guys know or don't know. Paul, it's not a surprise. Karen, not a surprise. Boris, aren't you in Sweden? Oh my God, none of you know? Okay, I'm just utterly embarrassed of all of you for your soccer knowledge. Not a single person knows who Robert Lewandowski is. Come on, where are my Europeans? Where are my Europeans? Okay, all right, never mind. All right, so when I need a little soothing time, which is like all the time, I actually wind up watching YouTube highlights of Robert Lewandowski is a Polish national who plays for Bayern Munich, and is literally the most prolific goal scorer in Premier League soccer, in Major League football in the world. The team that he plays for had actually won the European Club Championship, and he's just there's nothing special about him except the fact that the guy is just a scoring machine. He's amazingly beautiful to watch, and if you're at all a soccer fan, you're just you're just electric to see him play. But the key thing about Robert Lewandowski, why I bring up his name, is that the guy does not allow an opportunity to go empty. Yes, he's a Munich. He plays for Munich Bayern. Anytime he has a chance to put the ball in the goal, even if it's the 10th goal of the game, and he has scored 5 goals in 9 minutes at one time, like the greatest record in modern football, he will do it. And so the reason I bring up Robert Lewandowski is because when you're trading the setup, when you're trading my setup right now, you should be thinking exactly like him. Whenever there is a chance to trade, that is a quality trade. That means, we have a setup to the downside, we have a setup to the upside, whatever. You can take that setup. It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile. Now, there are days, even he has terrible days. There are days when you're going to have flat markets. When markets like this, so this is NAS, right? And if you take this signal, of course, that works well. If you take this signal, that works well. But I'm just looking for, this failure worked well too. This signal works well. I'm trying to figure out which signal I took. So I took the one signal, actually. I took the one signal over here. That's not working, okay? And that's fine. The point is, the guy shoots on goal here, shoots on goal here, shoots on goal here, shoots on goal here. He'll shoot on goal anytime he can get a chance. And the reason why that's kind of interesting is because we know that under a law of large numbers, the ball is going to go into the net, that we generally have a really strong chance of making 10 points as long as we stick to the setup, whether it's the first continuity signal or whether it's the failure signal, right? And yes, there will be occasions when the game is flat and the markets are just not there. But for the most part, if you keep hitting the setup, it is amazing how the points will pile up. It is amazing how you will just continue making pips. So the critical thing is basically, I sort of realized, let's say we take the 8 o'clock in the morning New York to whatever 4 o'clock in the 4 o'clock in the afternoon New York, like the 8 hours they want to trade. There's generally an opportunity every half hour. We generally get a slice, or at least a signal within slice, about every half hour to to the hour, which means we have 20 opportunities to score on goal all day long, as long as we do the fundamentals, as long as we're doing the right thing, as long as we're not randomly just shooting the ball. And so I guess my point is, don't be afraid of constantly trading as long as it's in the setup. Yes, there'll be some days where it's just where at the end of the day it may not be positive, but almost most of the days, including even today, if I was trading it, you're going to be net positive. Now, whether you say to yourself, I only want to be net positive for 20 pips a day or 30 pips a day, and then I'm done, fine. Then you can just you trade for 2 or 3 hours, you can be gone, or you can just really hard focus for 5 or 6 hours and see if you can go for more. But don't be afraid just because one trade worked or two trades worked. You can make it happen. Who is texting me? If you're texting me, let me see, where are you guys? Don't text me privately, okay, Cody? So I'm gonna take your message. Yeah, there's no CFDs. You have to. Okay, so you're asking like, how does an American get access to futures prices? You have to open a futures account, and my recommended broker is AMP Global, because they have MT. They're the only broker that has MT5, and it will cost you money. And the account itself is free, but getting access to quotes costs you maximum $30 a month. There are cheaper packages of like $10 a month. But the difference between exchange-based trading and CFD trading is twofold. In exchange-based trading, you pay commission every time you trade, buy or sell, okay? And you pay an access fee to prices. So it's called an exchange fee. So there is this all-in-one exchange fee where you can get oil, gold, all the indices, all the currencies on the futures exchanges, and that's $30 a month. And then the commissions are very small. They're 72 cents round trip, which is like the current futures trade this future trades in 1/4 of a pip. Okay, so basically half a pip is your commission. So if you're trading for 10 pips, your commission is obviously pretty small relative to your P&L. Okay, but yeah, I mean it adds up. You pay commissions every day, and there are days where I pay far more in commission than I do in P&L, and that's not the fault of the broker or the fault of the exchange. That's my fault. It's because I'm over trading. It's very if I have this big ratio of like I paid $50 in commissions but made $20 in P&L on my small account, it's because I over traded a lot. But that's fine. The other thing that I was going to tell you is that the better you do, the more you kind of like let the vice account absorb all your vices, the lower your commission rate on a daily basis becomes. You only take just the setups, and then you're only doing like 10, 12 trades, and then your commission cost is maybe $8 to $10 a day with a potential of $100 profit. So that's the difference. But that is what you need to do if you're interested in, as an American, to trade futures. You need to set up an account with these guys. Okay, is that clear? If you're not an American, you can also set up an account with these guys. In other words, you don't have to be an American to trade futures, but you cannot be an American and trade CFDs, right? That's the Venn diagram. As a non-American, you can trade CFDs or futures. As an American, you can only trade futures. Does that answer your question? The broker is AMP Futures, AMP Global. Let me give you the link. Hang on a second. It's like you can't miss them. They're like all over the place. They're out of Chicago. They're like a small shop, but they're really like everybody who trades stocks and stock index futures trades with them, because they're just basically designed for that they're a bunch of Chicago guys. They're doofuses, but they do a good job. I mean, it may take you 2 or 3 times to kind of sync up everything with them, but their customer support will do the right thing eventually if you have any problems with them. And then once you're set up, it's like the execution is flawless. You don't have any problems. As I said, so the other thing is we're just opening up for futures trade, right? So let's just see what we're doing here. Very little price action here. Let's just look up. Oops, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's look at the CFD numbers. Very, very little price action here so far. My market is obviously, like as I said, today is not a day where you want to establish trades, because literally today all the price action is going to happen after the markets close, not before. Right now it's all going to be pre-positioning, and I'm getting ripped a little bit here on my futures trade, which is probably going to tag me out if we start pumping. But remember, it just tagged me out right now, which is fine, because it was a bogus trade anyways. Remember, like we've had, and this is notorious, we have this big move up, and then it turned back down. And I'm actually curious because I'm gonna, where's my trade here? if I get, I want to watch this for a second, because this reversal move, where if this holds green, that's a positive move, and I actually want to trade that. But and I got 15 seconds left. But if it turns red, that's pretty much, you know, the test. And you see, like, I literally got tagged on the top. Let's just see. Again, not truly our setup, but this does beat the reference point, and it turns green. So let's get, you know, now I'm going to get long again. Let's see if this works for me on the future side as I reorient myself. And I gotta redo this on the CME numbers. Let me see if I can do this. What happened here? Oops. Okay, sorry. I'm going to reposition myself. Let's see if I can do this. 40. The reason, by the way, this is what I'm doing also. This is what I want to show you. So I am doing this. So I'm killing this. You can see I have a stop and a limit, because I am, the reason I'm putting unfortunately with MT5, and everything has its drawbacks, right? MT5 is great for getting me into trades because it's got all this, you know, automatic entry. The problem is this software is not designed for exchange-based trading. The orders that I have placed here, the stop limits and the targets, are and this looks like I'm going to get clipped again the other way. So, you know, if I do, boom, woof, and now we get really negative. Wow. Okay, do I want to take this to the downside now? Do I want to chase this? No, I'm actually going to be a little more. So, you know, I tried it to the other side. It you know, it didn't work. Wait, how did this? Oh, I'm on a 5-minute chart. No, I'm on a 1-minute chart. How did this? Didn't we get tapped and this was positive? How did this turn negative? Ooh, my fault, guys. I'm sorry. I thought that the candle completed. Did this not complete? Wow, that was crazy. The candle, I thought the candle completed green. That's why I was taking it. Or was it this candle? I got stopped on this candle. And this candle completed green. That's right. It stopped me out, completed green, and then just faked me out. And now it's, you know, now it's turning deeply negative. And okay, this is the other thing I love to do. If it, shoot, I'm sorry, I'm just fooling around with my trades. Usually I love to trade the retrace on the negative. This probably is going to hit me on TP. Let's see if I can hit TP on this one at least, and just recover a little bit of this. Or maybe I'm going to get, maybe, you know, this is a good example of why you don't want to trade election day opening, because we get all this two-way price action just completely sideways. But this really reversed to the downside. I wanted to short over here. This is, you know, when you're scalping these things without rhyme or reason, without you know, reference points and entry points, execution is everything. And if you're like half, you know, 5 points away from execution, you're gonna screw up. And like this would have TP'd me to a full 10, but because I was late, because I was kind of not fully organized, I may not get this move. But I also want, this really came down for me. Let me just see. So I wanted to, I'm trying to get the full execution on this. Let's see if I can get this, because I'm talking and trading at the same time. So does this work now? Now it's really not going to work. Now it's really went against me. That really sucks. It just missed my target because I'm playing around with entries. I should have just simply gone. Let's see. Maybe I'll get lucky. And if this candle ends up green, it's almost certain that I'm going to get stopped on this trade. But if it stays red, I may have a chance here. But what I did, and what I'm trying to kind of show you, is I've showed this before, is I'm putting my orders directly on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange computers. You'll see it. Oh, and it just got done. So fuck, I couldn't even show it to you. So it just collapsed down to its entry, and see it went down. Now the reason why I do this is because I got done at plus 20, right? The problem with MT5 is it doesn't put the orders directly on the Mercantile Exchange servers, and And by the way, let's watch this candle. This candle is a massive recovery candle. So I will trade this back up because, again, this is my fool around account. So I'm perfectly happy just fooling around right now because there's no signals at all. But with MT5 and you're trading this on futures, what happens is when the price goes to target, it triggers a market order. And by the time the market order is, you're not on the bid or offer, you're not getting swept. So I'm going to get long here. So this is a trade I like to do a lot of times, where if you have a steep sell-off followed by a green candle, usually the better trade is when you have the green candle coming up. Sometimes I anticipate this and sometimes I pay the price for it. But let me just do this again. Let's see if we can put myself on the servers again. So I'm going to put myself. So by going through TradingView, I actually am going direct into the Chicago Mercantile Exchange servers, putting my stops and targets. And here you're trading in ticks, not in pips. So let's go over here, and you can see me. Where's my thing? You can, where am I at? My 28. So am I going to get swept over here? Let's see if I get swept. See, my order is sitting on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange servers, and if it gets done, did this not go? How did I not get done? What was the high? 27. Oh, it didn't quite take me. So let's see if I get swept. Very close, very close, very close, very close. All right, come on, baby. All right, you know what? I'm going to just see if I can get swept over here. Boom. Just to show you, again, this is just to show you that I got swept on the offer. If I was patient enough, I probably would have been swept on the offer. But the difference is, if you look at my MT5, I would have lost like half a point to sometimes full point. And by the way, you see this, it goes 28. Would have swept me if I was a little bit more patient on the thing. So when you're trading futures, it's like this a little bit awkward dance. You enter the trade on your algo, but you need to reset the trade if you really want to get the full benefit of the full 20 points instead of losing $1 or $2 in slippage. You need to reset your trades into the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and it's mildly annoying, but not so much so that it really matters. You do this 5-6 times a day. It's totally fine. As you can see, you got 2-3 minutes to reset that for us. Now, this is only strictly for futures-based traders. For CFDs, that's not a problem, right? For CFD traders, that's not a problem. So what do we got here? I'm just looking at structures here. Really, so the only thing we have that's quasi-legitimate. Well, no, this is already. So what was the low on this? Low was 71, and how low did this go? 63. So there was a little bit of a possibility in DAX. There is a possible. So we have a negative candle in NAS, and this would be a reversal trade for me. So let's just watch this. I want to see this candle. Let's see this candle. This candle is. It's not going to form, so it's not going to be a negative candle. So it's going to just be a positive candle. So there's nothing. I'm not getting any signals over here. Let's see what I'm getting on the move. This looks like it just wants to go back up. There's no signals here. What was done, Connie? Sorry, what was done? Oh, the long trade. Oh, you took the long trade with me? Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, so this looks like it's forming a negative candle. Let's see if that does it on the. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so let's set up a possible buy candle on the futures here. 29. I'm just setting something up like this. So the high on this, it has to beat this high. We got to beat this. What is that? 32s. So if it gets up to 32s, if it reverses, this will give us 3 5, 6 period cycles, because now, you know, so we have a sell-off, retrace, and then the big question is, you know, do we consolidate and try to turn back up, or do we have, you know, further continuation to the downside? And actually, we should set up one more trade, right? Let's just do a chart window. We'll minimize this. Let's do this, because we'll do our favorite thing, which is a straddle on the 1 minute chart. And we'll see if we can beat the low here too, because if it beats the low, then it's a legitimate sell signal for us. So let me, where's this? Where's my thing? Oh, fuck, I hate that. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna put a sell signal on this as well. Like a 21. So, and this is underneath this level. So right now we have a negative slice. If it breaks the positive candle to the downside, and obviously the positive candle has to complete. Great. If it takes out this positive candle to the upside, which is like around 32s, if it closes 32 or higher, that's a bullish trade. It's going to take us into a trade. So we got like 9, 8, 7, 6. It's really, really running strong to the upside. Let's see if that holds. So far, doesn't hold the highs. So it doesn't hold the highs, but maybe the next candle does. So let's see where we're at. Maybe the next candle clears the level here. And if it does, that will trip us into a positive trade, and we can trade that. We got about 30 seconds. It's quite a lot, you know, quite a lot of time. This can change, but you can see, you know, it really is performing. It really, you know, it looks like it, you know, they want to pull it a little higher. Let's see if it, you know, if they can resume the continuity. This is a big move here. So we've got 9, 8, 6, 5. We need to beat 32. Obviously, we're going to beat that number. It's a pretty big volatile number. So, but volatility is okay. Let me see if I can reset this on my thing here, as you guys can see at 4060. Excuse me, 4080. Modify, and we can follow this on the ladder, and you can see if it will sweep up on the ladder. In the meantime, let me adjust, take off this and take off this. So, and then we can just watch it on the ladder. We'll see if this thing can rally. So I have this order over here, so it has to sweep up 49s, which may or may not do. It could be a tall order here. It's a lot of volatility behind it, but let's give it a shot. So this is my entry at 39. So one of the interesting things about watching the exchange is you actually see how prices are done. This is really how all, including FX prices in you know, all these FX venues are done. You have buyers and sellers. It's called a ladder. You have bids and offers. And as the offers get lifted, the prices go higher. As the bids get hit, the prices go lower. And you see us, you know, lifting the offers a little bit here towards the move. We're at 45, 43, you know, really trying. How high did this go? What was the high on this? This went to 46. All right. Let's see if they'll lift it to 49. You know what? I'm just gonna, I'll take 10 out of this, 7.5, 8. I'm just, you know, it's, and you know, what I did is I just basically killed the market just because you see it was spiking out a little bit over here. And I just, you know, the price action just, we had already stretched out quite a lot. I'd missed my entry. It's still, it could very well work all the way to 49s, but I'll take half, you know, I'll take half take 5 points on this win rather than 10. just because I'd rather bank the trade, and let it be. But now it's getting lifted, and now it's through the, it may very well be, if we watch this very carefully, if I was a little bit more patient, goes 45, 46. Could this, would this lift to 49s? Very likely. It just took there we go, 47, 49 there. It would have given me the full 20 had I been patient, and of course I'm not. But the whole idea is we were on the right side of the move, and now it's really starting to rock. I should have left it there. I really been trying to actually keep my targets. Most of the time when I do it myself, I'm usually good, but live trading, I was a little bit spooked a little bit here. So everything turned positive slice for the time being. That now we got about 10 minutes of consolidation before any legitimate signal turns out. Trading with Boris is always good. Thank you, Connie. I love it. I'm going to use that as my testimonial today. Okay. Thank you very much. So, the point being is, so the question of the high and low. So, great question, Gallatin. Again, that's a matter of art rather than science, right? Generally, when I'm trading up, so here's my general view. If I'm trading long trades, right, I will be much less disciplined. What's the word I'm looking for? Or less stringent in my criteria. And I think it's really legitimate to trade the body, not the wick. If I'm trading the shorts, I really wanted to break the low, right? Now this time I was stringent on both sides. I wanted to break the high. If I had used the body, we would have been in here, over here on this candle, and it would have been super easy for us to make the 10, right? So the reason why I'm less stringent on the upside than I am on the downside is because there is a natural upside bias to the market. We're in a bull market. So it's much easier to give the benefit of the doubt to the upside than the benefit of the doubt to the downside. Does that make sense, Galton? I'm always skewed long more than I am skewed short. So now we have one more possible fun trade. And I'm actually, this one I will have to go in manually if it holds at this level. It's quite a lot. It's already kind of extended, so I'm not sure, but and it's really, wow, it's really extended. I got 21 seconds. But it is beating. I mean, it's a legitimate trade. And as I said to you, be like Lewandowski, take every shot. It doesn't matter if it goes in the net or not. It's there for a reason. So now I'm just gonna have to 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna wait for the next candle to kind of open up and go. What did I go? 62. Okay, let me see if I can. Obviously, you bought a very big extension. I probably should have been. I always want to. I'm always hesitant about waiting or not, but let's set this up and let's see if I can extend this to 40, 80 again on this trade, and we'll give it kind of like our last shot trade on this move. And let me kill this. I kill the stop loss. Take profit. And the reason why I do this is because I don't want to have a double stop loss, double take profit. I want the software will automatically take me out because it's all programmed on TradingView versus basically what stands right now is the trade was entered on MT5, but it's going to be exited on TradingView. And we can watch this on TradingView right now and see where we're at. And what is my TP on this? 72. Where's my thing? There's my thing. Let's see if it sweeps me up. All right, you know what? Close enough. Oh no, it swept me up. Good enough. And you see, so that's why Great. Okay. So, I let, I took it. And this is what I mean about take the shots, right? The opportunity was there. It was our setup. I don't care if, we already made money or we got clipped on the earlier one or whatever it was. There's still, it legitimately set up. Take the shot. Take the shot. Okay. Not, I know all of you are probably just rolling your eyes at my soccer analogies, but really, it was like an emotional epiphany for me. Okay, I'll leave you with one funny quote. Again, all the non-Americans will not know what this is, so I have to kind of explain it before I tell you the joke. So, 2016, the guy who ran President Trump's campaign was a guy named Corey Lewandowski, who is a horrible, horrible human being. Has been accused of sexual assault several times and has actually physically, hurt female journalists, and just a complete dick of a human being, right? And my wife is very, very active in Democratic politics. So I was like, honey, because I was watching YouTube the other day, and I was like, honey, I got to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm gay for Robert Lewandowski. And she was like, without missing a beat, she goes, that's fine, as long as it's not Corey Lewandowski, I'm totally good with that. And that was very, very funny to me. But anyways, my point is, take the shot. It was good. We just banked out. We literally came back, took I think 3 or 4 consecutive winning trades after getting clipped out on a not a great on a pre-market kind of a empty shot. But it all worked. We took this worked to the downside, this worked to the upside, this worked small to the upside, and then this worked full to the upside. So that's exactly it. It's 4 winners to 1 loser. We keep doing that over and over again. It really builds up. It really, really builds up, guys. Yeah, see, that's it. That's all I want to do, Karen. It's all I want to do is make you up for the session. So I think Connie is up for the session, Karen's up for the session, whoever's trading with me. I don't know if Galton, if you guys are trading with me. Hopefully everybody's up for the session. Let's wrap it up here, and I'm going to rest a little bit ahead of the of the night ahead, and hold my breath. Just hold my fucking breath. All right, beautiful. Up, up, up. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys for all your help. Cody, I hope you got your answers. If you have any questions about that, let me know. But literally, it's super easy. If you're an American, go to the website, freaking start the account. They'll walk you through. I don't have any financial incentive or agreement with those guys. Basically, I use them because they're the only broker in America that uses MT5, and they're fine, and and I love it, but that's it. And guys, thank you for being I actually really want to thank you guys for letting me trade the futures and not kind of forcing me to trade the CFDs all the time, and then just you yourself is adjusting to my trading style, and kind of because you can see how much more comfortable and how much easier I am at trading my own account, because it's just so much, oh, you've had them for 10 years, right? Oh, great. All right, Daniel, thank you. I mean, I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, I'm with them. Yeah, they're a little fucking Chicago. I drive them crazy because I'm yeah, I know. I'm 5 steps ahead of them, because they speak slow, they talk slow, and I'm like, God, but they're really good guys. They're very honorable, which is the most important thing about the broker. So that's it, But yeah, yesterday I was I just went apeshit on them because they, they're so slow in how they I already know what I need to do. You just need to do this thing. Yeah, excellent support. Yes, they are good. Great. So hope everybody enjoys it. Oh, Cody saying, yes, I have a U.S. account. Yes, I have a U.S. account. You know, yeah. If I'm trading FX, yes, Cody. I'm sorry, I missed that. So for FX, I do trade Orlando, and I've actually done a few, FX trades. I don't do FX trades because Kathy doesn't want me to do FX trades at all. But yes, I do have, and I actually can do the FX trades from TradingView. So yes, so Orlando for FX. AMP futures for futures. Does that answer your question, Cody? That's correct. That's correct. A CFD is just a non-American word for futures. Okay, Cody? Just a fancy word. I mean, it's not quite, but it's close enough that that's how you want to think about it. Do you understand? So under US law, you're not allowed to trade CFDs, but you're allowed to trade futures. How do you add? You have to have an agreement. You have to have a broker. You have to. So first of all, you can't. Futures are only MT5. You can only trade futures on MT5. If you want to add the future symbols on TradingView, you have to open an account with AMP Futures or pay a huge amount of money to TradingView to get real-time quotes on the futures markets, right? So the way it works, the easy solution is you open an account with a futures broker like AMP that integrates with TradingView. It puts the quotes on here for free. You're not gonna. You talk about these. You're not gonna see these symbols. Again, I think you're not understanding what I'm telling you. You will not. These are future symbols. They're only available to those people who trade futures. They're not CFD symbols. These are CFD symbols, and you won't see CFD symbols in American. Okay, so the only way you're going to see CFD symbols is if you have an Orlando demo account from Australia, which is what I have. Like, if you're asking me how come I have CFDs on my Orlando account, it's because this is a demo account. This is a demo account out of Australia. Is that what's confusing you? Yeah, maybe that's what I wasn't understanding you. I trade CFDs on a demo account because I'm not allowed to trade real account. The demo account comes out of Australia, which is why I have CFD symbols on it. If I was an American, I had an American demo account, that wouldn't even let me have CFD symbols. Is that clear? Do you understand that now? So if you know your way around the internet and you can hide your IP address, you can log into Orlando, Australia, and download their Australian account, demo account, and then put on all those symbols on there. Okay? I know regulation is a pain, but that's what we got to do. That's the difference. Anyways, those are minor differentials to the bigger issue of making winning trades. I'm so glad everybody made winning trades today. It's nice that that we had a good election day special, and I'll see you guys tonight. For the big show, and then then we're going to take a little day off tomorrow, and then we'll come back on Thursday, and hopefully the world will still be with us. All right, guys.
Boris, quick question.
Yes.
How everyone is able to trade with you here in US? Are they all having foreign accounts?
How am I able? I'm sorry. Again, what's the question? How am I able to?
No. Okay, the instruments that you are trading.
Yes.
As a US resident with WO and account, can we trade or no?
No. It's a demo account. It's not a real account. This is not a real account. This is not a real account.
Okay, right now, so you have some.
You can't trade CFD. You can't trade CFDs as a U.S. resident. I'm not allowed. This is not real money. This is a demo.
Is this CFD, the USD 30, whatever you are showing on the charts, can we trade those?
No. I keep telling you, what you can trade futures. Futures are the same thing, but in America, you have to trade futures if you want to trade this. Okay.
So what everyone in here are trading, that's what I want to get and how to get to them. That's all.
You can't. Everybody here is different. The non-Americans can trade CFDs or futures. The Americans can only trade futures. Okay, I keep saying that to you. Do you understand me?
Oh, okay. So then I have interactive brokers futures account.
Yeah, you can trade that. You can trade on interactive brokers. You can trade this on interactive brokers.
Okay, so what these symbols I couldn't find on the interactive brokers platform.
Oh, sure you could. Sure you could. These are standards. These are standard symbols. This is the mini NASDAQ for December expiry. Okay.
Okay. MNQG20. It's
MNQZ20. You can go to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or you can just call interactive broker. Call your broker, and they will give you the proper symbols. Maybe sometimes the brokers have a little bit different symbols on their platforms, but they will tell you exactly. Tell them I want the micro contracts for NASDAQ, Dow, S&P for December expiry. What is the proper symbol on your platform? And they'll tell you.
Oh, okay. For Dow, they have YM. For S&P, they have ES. For NASDAQ, they have NQ.
NQ. That's it. Those are the future symbols. Correct.
Okay. So now the live trading that you're talking about would be for American residents to trade index options or futures. Is that right?
Yeah. No, we don't trade. I don't trade index options. We just trade futures or CFDs. We keep it very, very simple. That's it.
Okay. So what you trade here is Dow Jones and S&P and NASDAQ futures.
And NASDAQ, right. And honestly, all I really trade in the room is NASDAQ. That's all I trade. That's all you need to trade. You know, okay. I trade one single instrument, one single way all day long, and that's how I make money. Because for day trading, if you're day trading, I'm a huge believer in focus. You know, if you want to trade portfolio, if you want to trade lots and lots of different ideas, you can on longer term time frames, you can do that. Like Kathy obviously trades lots of different trade ideas because she has a much more of a portfolio approach. But I am day trading. I am scalping. I do nothing but scalping. And scalping means single instrument, single focus. And all we trade is NASDAQ, basically. I mean, you know, I will trade Dow and DAX on the CFDs for other people in the room occasionally. But for my own personal account, I only trade NASDAQ. So just to let you know, okay?
Okay, NASDAQ future buy and sell. Okay, those are
that's all you do. You do that long enough, well enough, you make money every day, right?
Okay, so that's what it is every day, Monday to Friday. That's what this live seminar.
That's it. That's what I do. Yes.
And it's available after hours also, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, no, I mean we trade 1 hour a day right now. That's all we do. You know, maybe in the future we'll do more, but for right now that's all we do. We just do live trading at the beginning of the New York Open every single day with my strategy. Because the whole point is for you to learn my strategy. Your whole point is not for you to mimic me like a monkey, but to learn my strategy and do it yourself in all the other hours. Okay. So this is really a teaching session. As much as it is a pip session. You know, we make pips every day, but my goal and my intention is that you really learn the setup properly. By the way, you know, while we're talking, guys, you see another big win. Like we're really turning positive here on the markets into the open. So that that would have been another good win for us. You know, but we missed it because I was not focusing, right? Because you can either look at the market or you can discuss, which is fine. But like you can see that you can't do both. I'm actually curious. Anybody take that trade? Did while I was yapping away here, did Karen or Galton, anybody take this trade? Connie did. Good for you. And Galton did. Good for you. And see, this is my goal. My goal is that you guys, when people learn this, right? When people learn this, they learn the setup. They do this themselves, and that's the beauty of it. Beautiful. Good for you, Daniel. Good for you. All right, Cody, I gotta go. Everybody have a wonderful time. I'll see you guys, everybody, on Thursday. No trading on Wednesday because of a little bit of a break for us. And if you have more questions, just come back to me later. We'll talk more. All right.
Just one last question. Because it's my first day in here, I've been there for 8 months only for it. Okay. So everybody else trades after your live trading session. Is that what it is? On their own.
Yeah. Everybody trades on their own. Yes, and
okay.
and obviously, Kathy has a whole different channel and a whole different.
Yeah. That I'm very good at it. Only this one first time. Okay. Just one thing. What's the buying margin requirement for that one contract of NASDAQ?
For this, only $200. So it's very small.
margin
Listen,
requirement for one.
it's all depends on your broker. These are questions. These are all questions.
Okay.
These are all broker dependent questions. So you should ask your broker.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. Go ahead. Thank you. That's all.
Sure, no problem. Thank you for all your questions, and I'll see everybody later. Everybody join us tonight. Okay, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you.